Welcome. Happy Saturday morning. I hope you guys are well today. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And today we will be doing maybe a general read. I am going to be pulling from my Spirit Animal Oracle deck. I started to do a all signs reading, but I don't believe I want to sit here for like 3 hours. And so instead, I'm going to do a 3-card reading. And then we will just base the readings off of those cards. You can choose one of those readings based on the spirit animal that you feel called to, okay? So that's what we're going to do. I hope you guys are well. My name is Leticia, and this station is Blood Moon Oracle. And so I hope this morning finds you in high spirits. I hope you've gotten off to a good morning. Maybe you're still sleeping, getting your rest in. Maybe you are up and starting your day already, whatever it is. I hope today holds lots of good things for you. I hope you find some ways to take care of yourself. That's always important. Maybe take care of the things that need to be dealt with and handled, your responsibilities. Maybe this is a day where you will spend some time with loved ones or doing things with and for loved ones, whatever that is. Let's speak life into it, good things. I hope it turns out better than you anticipate going into it, whatever you have to do. Okay. All right. Let's see. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led. Let me know if it resonates. And if you are new here, welcome, love bug. And you are maybe looking for a community, you are welcome to hit the subscribe button. I do many things. We talk a lot about healing on this channel. We talk a lot about tapping into, higher purposes as it pertains to life, things outside of the mundane 9 to 5. We talk about spiritual gifts. We talk about different timelines that we can experience. We talk about manifestation, like, things above and beyond the average everyday discussion. We talk about it here. And then to balance all of that out, we also talk about spiritual hygiene, okay? How to not only pull those things into our lives, but how to maintain them and how to tap into our own divinity, So we talk about a lot of things that's not the average conversation. And of course, we do tarot, so we do divination. I also have been called back to doing healing work through Reiki. And so I will be starting back doing Reiki healing sessions, videos here. I'm feeling a calling back to that all of a sudden. And so that will be coming too. And so there's lots of things that we do here. We talk about a lot about healing ourselves and tapping into what we would call our divine right to liberation, to live life in a way that is fulfilling for us, but that also honors, our spiritual beliefs, whatever that is. We talk about aligning all of those areas, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, so that we can tap into our best life. We talk about clean living, right? Not necessarily talking about, well, you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't eat this and you can't do that. When I say clean living, I'm talking about cleansing so that we can live from the purest space possible for ourselves. And what that looks like is, every day making time for yourself to go and sit with yourself, to sit in silence, even if it's just for a couple of moments, acknowledging and setting the intention to release, right? So many times we're in different environments and we don't understand how much we pick up from those environments. Sometimes we bring them home, not necessarily what we want to do, but sometimes it just happens. And so it's important to make time to release and to cleanse. That's what I mean by clean living, acknowledging the need for release, okay, and healing. And so lots of things. If you're new, welcome. Feel free to subscribe if you feel led. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when any of these things are posted. I do post a video every Sunday that talks about all that I just said, right? It's a book that we're reading by Ayanna Van Zant, a beautiful author, a minister, a healer, a counselor, a mother, a friend. She is so amazing. She wrote a book on what spiritual hygiene is and what all it entails and how it can, how acknowledging spiritual hygiene can elevate our lives and our experience. And so we've been reading through that. So I post a video every Sunday. There is a playlist called Spiritual Hygiene. All of those videos are free. Feel free to look around on the channel, see, what's for you. I also have another channel that I'm slowly putting together and creating. It's around music. I do music as well, music lover. And so I've been doing some experimenting with this project for music that I've been able to express. I write a lot of music, but I haven't necessarily had all of the resources to really delve in and create the way I've wanted. And recently an opportunity came up. And so I've been doing that. And so I'm creating a music channel. You can look in my shorts and find the music channel there. And on that channel, I just released a couple of new songs. And this project is really all about me being able to breathe life into my experience through music. And so you'll find a little bit of everything because it is representative of my life experience. Somewhere between spirituality and religion and love and struggle, and pain. Like there's a little bit of everything that you'll feel awakening. Like it's a very interesting array of music that I've been releasing. And so go over and take a look. Lots of things on this page, that may interest you. And so welcome if you're new. Again, my name is Leticia. You are more than welcome here. This is a place of non-judgment. You're welcome to comment authentically, honestly, and I just ask that you respect the comments as they come forward, whatever might come forward, And so I'm very open. I don't necessarily feel like everybody has to agree with me. You definitely more than welcome to comment if you'd like and let me know how you enjoy the content or what it opened in you. And if you felt resistance, you can comment that too. I had someone comment no once, and I was like, okay, it's not about me as the messenger. I mean, it's all about the message that spirit gives. And that's really, I feel like it's between you and spirit. I give it and either you receive it or not. One of the things I often say is learn to eat the meat and throw away the bone. I do general messages. Sometimes you'll find that it could resonate very personally to your situation. Sometimes there may be a couple of things in the message that resonates, but not everything. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It's all good. It don't make me either way. So, all right. Thank you for stopping by and let's get it started. I hear the party horn honk, right? And so I do have my cards that I pulled out and I'm going to post these in the video, maybe. So you might see it here as a little picture that I put here because I have my green screen in the back. As you can see, it's in and out. I didn't feel like taking the time to put up my little green screen in the back. I'm not doing all of that right now. I'm just going to move forward, but I will put these up so you can get a clear picture of which one you want to see. But the first animal that we got was bat, and it is a number 5. And this bat spirit, this animal spirit is all about rebirth. It's saying that rebirth is assured. I meant to bring my my Chaldean numerology book in here, and I did not. Should I go get it? That's okay. I'll just look it up. So 5s are all about change. The ultimate symbol of change that ushers in freedom, adventure, and it represents this energy of restlessness. And it's a dynamic energy, an adaptable energy that is constantly seeking for new experiences and personal liberation. And so that is the first animal. Okay. If you feel called to that, That will be reading number 1. I'm also going to attach the first 4 signs to that first reading as well. And so this reading is going to be for Aries. Let's see the order. So we have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. You may feel called, especially to this, the bat symbol, and it's a number 5. You know what? It doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm going to attach, the first 4 signs. And then we have the wombat spirit, the wombat spirit. And this is a number 68, which turns out to be a 14, which then turns out to be a 5, another 5. And this is talking about home, be at home. I almost feel like there is a sense of wanting to be at one with self or coming home to self. But we'll find out what that is about as well. One of the things that I'm noticing is there's a little bit of a tension. I'm feeling a drawing to the third eye. Someone may be experiencing an awakening right now, especially with the number 5, right? There's some change that's coming in. But for the second reading, Wombat Spirit, this is going to be for Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. Okay, Wombat Spirit. And then lastly, I have the Butterfly Spirit. I love this. And it happens to be a number 11, a master number. So you could be a master number 11. That could be your master number. But this is all about transformation and beauty, right? So beautiful. I am a lover of nature and just aesthetics, like how things feel, how they smell, taste, and even sound and beautiful things that I can see. Like I love colors, bright colors and patterns, and just very sensual, right? That's the energy I'm getting with this butterfly. Very sensual energy. And that master number 11. So when we talk about master numbers, we're talking about a compound energy. There's something very, and before I go into the master number 11, this third reading is going to be for Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay. But when we get into the master number 11, this number is known as the illuminator. Okay. Of spiritual messages, right? There's lots of energy that could be pouring out of this particular message, this transformation of beauty. This is an intuitive number, one of the most intuitive of all numbers, which symbolizes the awakening. Okay. It also symbolizes heightened psychic ability and a deep connection to the subconscious. The 11 acts as a bridge between the material and the spiritual world. And I don't know why I'm hearing like high priest, high priestess energy. So it's high intuitive energy. It's very empathic and charismatic, probably highly magnetic as well. There's a sense of duality. The 11 turns into the 2, which is all about 2 sides of the coin, balance, maybe even I'm hearing partnerships, but mostly I'm getting balance. It carries a very gentle, cooperative energy, but it's amplified by visionary leadership. And there might be something here to learn about our nervous system as well. So I'm being led to talk about some of the challenges of the 11 as well. And so this could be an energy that struggles with things like anxiety or gets overwhelmed really easily. I'm feeling a high level of empathic energy. So you could absorb lots of energy unconsciously, without even realizing that you're doing it. This is also an energy that is going to be outside of the norm, like impracticality. And this number carries a high level of dreamer energy. So you may struggle to stay grounded, and you may struggle to ground your spiritual loftiness into practicality. everyday reality. Like you could be somebody that just stays in the, etheric realm. You would rather be in the etheric realm, right? Yes, I get it. This also could be a challenge when it comes to expectations. You over expect, or your sights are very high. Like you have a high imagination, very active visionary realm, very active, subconscious. It's almost like because you are immersed and your potential, you immerse your potential associated with this master number, you can become prone to like imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and maybe even depression because your sights are set so high. If you don't meet it and your mind is not like looking at it from the right perspective, you can sometimes judge yourself or look at yourself in a way of feeling like you failed to meet your own expectations or your own standards, your own vision, right? And so it's just like a lot of mental energy with this butterfly spirit. And so choose one, okay? Lots of beautiful energy coming out. And so let's get started. All right. All right. So first reading for the first 4 signs, which is Aries, Taurus, Cancer, Gemini. The bat. Okay, you could be a night owl for whoever you are. You could operate more frequently at night. You could find yourself in a more focused state at night as well. There's something changing for you right now. You may be in the middle of some type of awakening. I'm just pulling some T Oracle cards for you. I have feather, turquoise, rabbit. That's a very interesting contrast. Turquoise, rabbit, bear, and grapes. Okay. And so right now, there's a lot of things that are shifting within your life around you. You may find that those that you once depended on are no longer as dependable as they used to be. This change, this transformation, I feel like Spirit is saying has been inevitable, maybe happening slowly. And then all of a sudden it's picking up and you find that it's happening quickly. All of a sudden, or maybe you get to the point to where you realize you're in this transformation and you look back and you're like, it looks like it took place fast as you look back at it. For whoever you are, I feel for some of you, there's a lot of sexual tension around you with rabbit. There's some over concern around that energy right now for some reason. Sometimes when you're going through, you may be having some type of spiritual awakening where your senses are heightened. And you may find yourself like in this very deep conscious state where your imagination is having some type of awakening too. So you may be very visual right now, or you could be a natural visual creature. But I'm getting lots of energy around and lots of sexual energy right now. Right now may also be a time where money matters. There's something around money matters coming up right now. There may be challenges around money with bear. And so this might be a time to pay very close attention, maybe even restrict yourself in some type of way until things come back to normal when it comes to your finances. There's something about being careful. You may be in danger of experiencing some kind of loss if you are not, especially as it pertains to money. I also feel like this is also a time where you are looking forward to fun, going out, looking forward to gatherings, things like that. Seems like is very important right now. Let's see what else. I'm going to pull from my astrology house of signs and planets deck. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Okay, so we have the second house, Taurus, the ninth house, Pisces, the seventh house, and Scorpio. Okay. So if you are familiar with your birth chart, this may have a lot to do with the signs that you have in the second, the ninth, or the seventh house. May be very relevant. Okay. But when we look at those particular houses, the second, the ninth, and the seventh house, this is about your beliefs. There may be a shift in your beliefs right now, and what you value may have changed or may be changing right now. The makeup around you or how you're looking at your resources may be changing right now. I just feel like there's this major shift happening from the inside out for you all right now. This might also be a time where there's I feel a lot of Sagittarian energy around you. I don't know where that is in your chart, even if you have Sagittarius in your chart, but there's lots of philosophical energy that I'm feeling. You could be a philosophical person and just like to delve deep into the deeper layer of conversation or thought. I feel like right now you're thinking about things very deeply. Like you're taking things to another level. I don't feel like you're in a surface level energy right now. Like you're looking for answers. That's what I really feel. You all are looking for answers right now. The fact that the bat spirit represents rebirth and a definite rebirth, this is all that energy that's happening right now as you are experiencing this major change, this transition to how you're experiencing life right now. Your relationships may be changing. Like I was saying with the feather, those that you once were able to depend on, there's something shifting in you that's going to cause you to see things differently, that may cause people to see you differently. I don't know if there is, situations where you are really trying to be fair, maybe even to yourself. Maybe you come to the realization, I deserve more than this. The seventh house brings in this very diplomatic energy when it comes to your connections and your relationships and wanting not only to be fair in them, but also looking for justice in those connections, in those relationships. When we look at Taurus and Pisces and Scorpio, this again is tapping into standing on what you believe in, standing on business, whatever that is for you, being very direct. Taurus is kind of like emperor energy. It could be empress energy as well, but it's having some sense of leadership or authority because you are willing and able and you do stand on business, stand on what you believe. But there's because of this awakening, I feel like there's also some very etheric energy that you're dealing with right now. I know sometimes when we're experiencing an awakening, we can sometimes struggle between reality and fantasy. You may have a hard time right now trying to distinguish between the two if you are one that's going through this awakening. And so this may be a time where you really need to tap into your discernment, and you really need to trust yourself as well. Trust what you know to be true right now, because there's some experience that you're having spiritually with Pisces here. Yeah. You may also be faced with a difficulty with certain things where you're having a hard time making a definite decision about. Things feel like they're just kind of just beyond your reach. Maybe of understanding, maybe of being able to grasp them. Pisces brings in that very elusive energy, right? That's coming out for you. But this also could be for some of you a time where you are delving in to, maybe you have a prayer closet. You've been spending a little bit more time in that closet lately because of your experience. I'm sensing a bit of extremism, like definite highs and lows in your experience right now. You may find yourself feeling like you're on a roller coaster right now, right? Going through extremes. And so there's a lot of desire to control right now. I'm seeing with Scorpio coming out here. Those might be kind of like what it is that you're experiencing right now with this bat spirit. I do want to get some tarot here. I am pulling from my Clarity Tarot. Yeah, that very elusive energy is coming out with the Seven of Cups. With the Seven of Cups. I feel like right now, you could be, like I was saying, for some of you, I'm getting a lot of mental activity, a lot of fantasizing right now with this Seven of Cups. You could find yourself indulging, maybe over drinking, over smoking, or whatever that thing is that you love to do, right? You might find yourself without boundaries right now, just letting yourself loose. I see that energy. I don't know how healthy that is, but that's what I'm seeing with this Seven of Cups. And so for some of you on the opposite side of that, remember I was saying this is kind of like the energy of extremism, like on either side of the balance. If this is not you in excessive energy and just lacking boundaries, this could be you on the opposite end of the spectrum, analyzing everything, being very careful, not just accepting or choosing everything, but being very picky with what you allow to come towards you, or what you allow in your energy and your space, what you connect with, right? The Seven of Cups is all about examining things very carefully, just being very skeptical right now. So you're one or the other, okay? That's the energy I see right now. Let's see what else comes out. The Tower. The Tower. I do feel like things feel very out of control right now for you, my friends. Things feel very out of control. For those that are in that energy of being without boundaries, without limits, just allowing yourself to go ham, the reason why the Tower shows up right now is because you are being ushered. Sometimes when we're not able to help ourselves, Spirit will come in and intervene and cause a tower, right? The Tower serves as a helping hand to help you to stop, to give you, some kind of assistance or some type of boundary to stop old habits. And especially as it pertains to things like, not necessarily just love, but things that you love that may not necessarily be the best for you, right? Like I was saying, it's kind of like an intervention. And this could also be the love of, right? Not just love, but the love of, helping you to see things from a different perspective. Sometimes when we put too much emphasis on one thing, it's good to have the experience of seeing that thing in another way, right? There's so many ways that we can see, for instance, maybe love, right? Maybe we have one way that we view love, but there's so many different ways that Spirit would desire for you to see love, not just from that one way of you getting what you need. Maybe Spirit wants you to see it from the perspective of, what do you bring to the table? What are you willing to give, right? Or what does it look like when there is equal give and take, right? So there's something about you changing your attachments to things. And that could be around things like connections. It could be around wealth. It could be around status. There's something that's being blown up here, but it's to usher in another perspective. It's to usher in another experience, and it's to help you to detach. Okay. I also have the Queen of Wands coming in here. For some of you, you might be in a position right now where you're able to connect with someone, or maybe you are being seen in this way as being someone very loving, very romantic and loyal, but busy. Okay, booked and busy, but cute or handsome, right? But there's some opportunity with someone that sees you this way, or maybe you are looking at someone this way. And you see some opportunity to connect with someone. And if it's not love, it could be someone that you have some type of interest in, or there's some mutual interest that you have. Yeah, there's some opportunity around this energy. And so the Queen of Wands is very attractive. This is fire energy, very highly productive, highly functional, very motivated. Yeah. And then I have the High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. The High Priestess and the Nine of Cups. I almost feel like Spirit is letting you know that you already have what you desire. It's within you, right? You already have what you desire. This might be around some of the things that will be made known to you around this rebirth or this awakening is an awakening to yourself, right? Sometimes we are waiting for others to come and fulfill what we already have. And part of the process may be in helping you to realize that. I don't know if you've had lots of connections that were maybe not as grounded as they could be, or you didn't really feel content like you want, or maybe the rewards were not fulfilling to you, but there's something about you understanding that that's within you. You've had that all along. There's something that lies within you that is trying to be broken open so that you can access it. Yeah. Let's see here. I have the Four of Cups and the King of Pentacles. This is all about you leveling up. This rebirth is all about you leveling up. The King of Pentacles is all about maturity. It's not just about wealth. Pentacles can be this very abundant, practical experience, but there's more to it than that. There's more to the King of Pentacles. If you could see the look on his face, it's very satisfying. There's a smile. And he's sitting here all alone. All alone. There's no one there with him. But there's a sense of inner contentment lying within him, almost like he's already fulfilled within himself. Very content, very appreciative, very grateful with the practical situation that he finds himself in. Very secure, not only in who he is, but in where he sits, what he's in, what he's involved with love and money all around. But even still, we have the Four of Cups coming out, which suggests that in all of that, there may still be a sense of feeling lack or wanting something more, right? There may have been an over dependence upon this practical reality, and there's yet something still left to be desired. Because I get with the Four of Cups, there's like a sense of boredom. It's like you've had all there is to have, you've experienced all there is to experience, and you're just like a little kid on Christmas morning. You know how they open up all their gifts after about an hour, and they're just like, all the toys are spread out over the floor. They've tried everything and played with everything, and now they're just like kind of like restless and, not feeling challenged after about an hour of playing with everything. And it's just something still lacking, right? Something still lacking. There's something that you have yet to experience that is being challenged within you. It is being highlighted. It is kind of like dangling over your head, and you know about it. Yeah. That's what this is about for you. I do feel like in the near future, we have the Ace of Cups and the Hierophant, which can suggest not only new love, but even one that will lead to marriage in the near future. If it's not love and if it's not marriage, it's some new path that you find yourself on, some new passion, some new purpose. And it's going to lead you back to this very grounded place. This may be something that you have avoided, right? And come to find out that that's what you needed the whole time. If it's talking about your status, your situation, This is, going back to original traditional ideas around culture and around, business, right? But that coupled with also being able to experience new things, new creative ventures as well, that's going to be very fulfilling. I almost feel like you're being given an opportunity to find this newness and what may have always been there. It's something that you may have overlooked here that's going to offer some new level of enjoyment for life for you that you'll commit to. For some of you, this could be like when I also get the Hierophant, this could be going back to school, going back to get a trade, going to study under someone specifically. It could have something to do with religion or spirituality or some type of institution that you will be submitting to for this learning. You came to some kind of aha moment that this is the awakening moment. There was something that happened that caused this light bulb to go off in your head and caused you to look at things differently, look at people differently, and to choose a different path that aligns with a part of you that maybe you had hid away for a moment, but it can no longer be hid, I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. Right now, you're being viewed in a way as like needing to take care of yourself, needing to self-preserve, being very careful and, very attentive and sincere. This is how you're coming off. Now, if this is really you, I don't know, but this is like what you are projecting, how people are seeing you as looking for something real, right? When it comes to connections, but also being in an energy of really trying to care and nurture yourself as well. Instead of chasing, I almost feel like you have turned that desire inwardly, looking for something within yourself to be fulfilled. I also feel like you're being viewed as someone very solid and grounded and in a position to extend assistance to others with the Queen of Pentacles. And with the Chariot, just being really careful and being guided when it comes to how you're dealing with money right now. I don't know if you are in a situation right now where things are changing. Maybe you're changing a job, or maybe you are in some type of transition, rerouting your investments, your funds, something like that, because there's some detail that's being paid very closely to your finances, or you're being seen in that way. Another awakening card, the Ace of Wands. This is the energy you're in right now, having some new experience as to how you're seeing things, how you're seeing what your potential is, what could happen, what could be birthed or born if you follow up on it. The wands give the idea and give the motivation to do something. And so right now you are, for whoever you are, you may be stepping into new projects, creating new projects, new ventures for yourself. For some of you, this is new love. I get the sense like you are wanting to move away from something or someone. And with that, you will find that your money is going to improve when you move away. That's one way to determine whether or not you're in the right place. If your money is improving, it's like, yeah, keep going that way. If it's decreasing, or there's certain things happening, it's like, I'm not sure if this is the right way. I'm hearing Spirit say that. For you, this is a way to determine if you are aligned in the right place or not. but you are moving in a way that's going to take you to a place where you're going to be more settled in your mind. That's what this whole transition is all about. It's about moving you or rebirthing you to a place that is going to be more fulfilling for you and more sustainable. Okay. Because I feel like for someone, Spirit is saying if you stayed on that path, you were on a one-way crash course. Yeah, that's what Spirit said. You were on a one-way crash course if you stayed on that path. And so, whatever you're moving away from, I feel like Spirit is letting you know you're doing the right thing. Keep moving till you get to the other side. For some of you, may have a situation around your business or work that is actually, like I said, going to improve when you make this move. This is all about you understanding the need for boundaries right now. Maybe also being able to see things from someone else's perspective. Whatever the thing that's arising within you right now that wants you to put up walls or incite some type of boundary, maybe Spirit is also letting you know with the Seven of Wands to look at the other side of this picture. See things from the other side. Yeah, there's something about you needing to see things from the other side. There could be certain things coming up right now as it pertains to finances, where you'll need to stand on business, right? Hold your ground and continue working as well. Yeah. Why are you being seen as the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles? Let's see. Ten of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Like, it's no secret that you've worked really hard to get where you are. Either you are there, you're being seen in this light, or you will be in a place where you don't have to ask anybody for anything. Lots of dependence, even I'm feeling lots of investments around you. Yeah, you've worked really hard to get to where you are. The Chariot with the Queen of Pentacles is a very dynamic energy. You may find it very easy to shift when it comes to your situation financially, investment-wise. There's just a lot of power and movement and drive when it comes to this very grounded energy around your finances and what you're capable of doing. You're being seen as very effective with your finances. I don't know if that's part of the rebirth. We did get a lot of energy around finances. And so we got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, which are three major cards that point to financial abundance, not only financial abundance, but financial backing, financial stability. And so that could absolutely be part of the transformation. It could be financial. Page of Wands on the bottom. I don't know if there's something around you needing to take on some type of new skill. The opportunity will arise to learn something else, to allow yourself to continue to grow. I get the sense like you have come and brought yourself a long way, but we're not done. We're not done. So there's something about your overall experience that feels like it's being transformed, or you're being transitioned to a higher state of being, is what I'm getting. A higher state of being. Let's see. Yep, the Awakening comes out. Lady of Lightning. That's actually the Tower card in this Oracle deck. Surprises sometimes shock, Total paradigm shift. Everything as you know it, maybe a month from now, maybe longer, maybe sooner, right? I feel like your life is going to be completely different. Gaia's Garden, Spirit Whisper, and Fire Prince. Yeah, for whoever you are, there's lots of communication. Spirit is asking you to try to stay positive, even though it feels like you are being passed through the fire. There may be things that Spirit wants to burn out of you, and there may be things that Spirit wants to burn into you. This process may feel like fire, but the fire is meant. It's almost like when you take pottery and you create pottery, you put it on the wheel and you add water, you start to shape and mold it. And then once you get it to the right shape, to solidify that shape is to put it in the oven and let it heat up, let it sit under the fire so that that shape can set. So there's something about you being put in the fire so that you can set. What's being created, what you are transforming or what's rebirthing within you will be passed through the fire so that it can set. Yeah. And then yesterday I got Gaia's Garden. I don't know why I said yesterday. I didn't even do a reading yesterday. It's about fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. Something significant may have happened yesterday. Gaia's Garden. So there's something about reaping here. You are in a season of reaping. And so I guess that's going to be different for everybody. If you've sown good seed, this is a time of abundance and fruition. Hopefully you're on that side of the coin, because if you did not sow good seed, it is still a season of reaping, right? Whatever you put into the ground will be what comes up. Okay. So this is letting you know there may be some things that need to be reaped during this time, but hopefully for you, it's good things. Okay. Because we are in reaping season. I just see lots of communication, divine guidance being given. Maybe you are seeking and reaching out, trying to get, guidance in some type of way. But Spirit is also letting you know that you have that within. Sometimes the guidance that we seek is only a confirmation of what we already know. And Spirit is saying it's time to trust yourself. Yeah. So that's what I have for group number 1, the bat. This rebirth is assured. Oh, it's happening. That's what Spirit says. And it's going to shake everything up in a good way. In a good way. Okay. And I feel like you'll be thankful after all is said and done. Though it didn't feel good, I feel like you will be thankful that you have the opportunity to be in this process. Okay. Because that's what this is. It's a process. Rebirth is a process or a renewal. All right. So that's it for group number 1, Bat Spirit. Number 5, we're going to move on to our next reading. Thank you, group number 1s, for stopping by, and we'll talk to you next time.